Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to begin by obviously echoing the comments of my colleagues and thanking the entire staff. As these lads file up here, we continue to be very fortunate to have the support of the alumni and family administration behind the many unique events that we attempt and all the special last-minute requests that I make. In particular, I think the support behind our Spain trip this year was simply remarkable, so I'd like to thank everyone on our staff for that. Special thanks to the parents of our players for all their support at home and on the road, specifically the Coopies, the Murrays, the Brutons, the McDonalds, the parents of our seniors and captains who hosted pasta dinners, post-game picnics. Generosity and hospitality from this group was absolutely amazing. So, gentlemen, I think you owe them a round of applause, please. Special thanks to my coaching staff, Coach Signan, Coach Araka, Coach Williams, who joined us this year, was thrust right into a major role in his first season. And in particular, Timmy and Eric, who've remained so loyal and true to this program, continue to make countless sacrifices to be on our staff. They're invaluable on the sidelines, and I think, especially with a young team in transition this year, I don't think I pushed all the right buttons, and they helped me a tremendous amount to train, to teach, and to mentor this group of young men. So thank you, gentlemen. Go Packers, go Yankees, go Golden Bears. Many of you know we had an incredible preseason trip to Spain in August. We were in Madrid, Valencia, Barcelona, Santa Susana. Those places are sounding pretty good right about now. Just amazing natural landscape, rich culture, and just some of the best soccer we've ever played. I mean, we got our asses kicked. This was an eye-opener for us, just in terms of really seeking out the highest level of competition, and boy, did we get it. We went 0-5. We learned a great deal about ourselves. We learned a great deal about redefining and reinforcing some of the core principles. And along the way, we found some things. Our frustrations found some outlets, and we learned to pull together. We had a symbol we chose to use, a soccer ball, that traced to the previous year in our program, American Outlaws soccer ball. It read "Unite and Strengthen" on it. And it became a symbol for us as a team. We nicknamed it Uncle D. It became a great symbol. We said we're going to take it everywhere we went. The goal was first, don't lose it, because we were losing a lot of things. And next, we wanted to bring it everywhere we traveled. And last, we wanted to try to embody its message. And I got to be honest, I didn't think it was going to make it back to the airport in Barcelona. And it made it every single place we went this year. It made it to practice. I give these guys credit. I think they understood that there are some things that have to mark time and lead your path along the way and make that part of the journey and not just the destination. So that ball's in my office today, and it continues to be a symbol for us, and we'll continue to do so. Now, this was a disappointing season by our standards. I think from obviously trying to achieve at the highest level nationally and regionally, but also from the standpoint, I think we're playing incredibly well in a non-conference schedule. It was very challenging, and winning our opening weekend tournament with 2 shutouts and having some real momentum at times, but then really underachieving in the league, which was sort of foreign to us. It was obviously the path to the postseason. So this group finished 10-8-3. We posted some great wins against Keene State, against Wesleyan, against Springfield, and we felt very confident going into every game, and also humble enough to believe that we were going to have to earn it. And I was proud of their ability to carve out a winning season and to achieve a 10-win plateau, but I think many of the goals for us are much higher than that. And coming off a championship year last year and being in the round of the 32 of the NCAA tournament, I think we were all fairly disappointed with this campaign. I think we've taken a lot of inventory of that in terms of why. We were an inconsistent team. We were 10-1-2 when we scored first, and we were 0-7-1 when we got scored on first. So there were some real contrasts for us in terms of the type of game that played out. And we played a lot of close games. 13 of our games were 0-0 at halftime. And you can see all the newly acquired gray hair that I have. The salt is clearly beating out the pepper. But you couple that with a lot of overtime games, and with 5 in a row at one point in September, it really took its toll on a young team, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I think we were in a strong position in many of those games. So that's hard. The game of soccer is a low-scoring game, and we learned a lot of lessons, I think, throughout the season. The team is, I think, well poised to reposition itself in 2015. So I'd like to begin the awards portion by recognizing several deserving members. We had a couple players selected, ECAC Player of the Week, Rookie of the Week. Jordan Martins and Kevin Strobel, I think, were the two that were recognized by the ECAC. You guys can step forward and just acknowledge that. We had 3 players selected by opposing coaches to the 2014 CCC All-Conference teams. Gentlemen, you can step forward and be recognized. Sophomores Kevin Strobel and Neil Williams, and junior Colin McDonald. Congratulations, gentlemen. We'll start the awards portion. Really, our Freshman of the Year Award has been a fixture in this program, and it's named after an alum, Don Barcelo, who could not be here today, but was a 2-time captain in the 80s, played with Coach Downs, formerly named after Ed Lindsay. There's a lot of tradition to this program, approaching our 50th season of soccer on this great campus. And, I think that the Freshman of the Year Award had an extremely competitive pool this year. 7 different freshmen started games for us, and 5 of them scored goals, so the field was very competitive. We chose this individual because of his overall contributions from start to finish and the consistency of his performance, each and every game. So the 2014 Don Barcelo Freshman of the Year Award goes to number 27, Jordan Martins. Richard, very quick. Jordan comes from nearby Ludlow, Mass. Anyone that knows soccer knows that Ludlow is one of the premier breeding grounds for quality soccer players in the state, in New England, and some would argue in the country. Jordan had a simply fantastic season. He started 20 of 21 games. He notched 2 goals and 2 assists, scored a game-winning goal in overtime, and a pivotal CCC win on homecoming. I think we knew we had a good thing in Jordan when he came out on the first day of preseason and won the 2-mile with an 11:30. But I think we really knew we had a good thing when a few days later, some cockamamie defensive drill that some idiot coach devised, Jordan had a player run full speed into him, accidentally headbutt him, and split his eyelid open. And not only did he leave the field, go get stitches, and return to practice that afternoon, but his reaction to the incident told us a lot about the player that we were dealing with. He never missed a beat. He was there, and he was ready to play the next game. Very impressive return. So throughout the season, he gave maximum effort, maintained a high level of composure, never became rattled, and he really elevated the brand of soccer we played, playing against some of the veteran senior midfielders in the region. So congratulations, Jordan. Our next award is the 12th Man Award, and that goes to number 14, Chad Burke. Chad's not really the 12th man, but he's been through a brutal year. When I say it, I mean it. I don't think many players would have even played soccer here this fall, much less ended up our leading scorer if they went through what Chad and his family faced this year. On the field, he had suffered a 5th metatarsal foot injury, break in his foot, which required a complex surgery to have a screw placed in his foot. His recovery was spent in a time of transition for his family as they moved homes. They did their best to support him as he prepared for his junior year, the trip to Spain, and so on and so forth. In the end, Chad came through a very tumultuous time and grew tremendously as a young man. We met with him in Spain. We challenged him to show more leadership and to man up, and he did just that. His gradual return to the field was marked by a lot of challenges and lessons, and he would notch a great assist in his first game back on homecoming to set up a great goal by Scott Troutwine. And from there, it continued to get better. We developed the physical strength and mental toughness that we look for in all of our players, we expect in all of our players. It doesn't always happen. That's part of the challenge of our job. And I got to be honest, I'm not positive we would have made the playoffs without his performance down the stretch. We believed in our ability to do that, but he had an assist in the game-tying goal against Nichols, and a game winner against Wentworth, and a 3-point game at Salve, and that was 3 games in a 4-game stretch. And when I think about that, that sort of carved out 7 of the 11 points we ended up in the standings, and pretty impressive for not playing a game until mid-September. So he finished with 3 goals and 3 assists in 14 games. He started only 5 of those, and that's the reason for the 12th Man Award. So congratulations, Chad. Richard Orr just won the Coachability Award. All right, we're going to move to our seniors, and we'll award the last award on the way through. We have 3 seniors in the class of 2015. So here we go. Our first senior is number 15, Tim Murray. Tim came to us as a transfer from Southern Connecticut. He's the son of Tim and Maria Murray, Lebanon, Connecticut. Now, prior to his first season, he sustained an ACL injury, which sidelined him for the year. That's a really difficult thing when you're transitioning, going to college, trying to make an impact. And his response was a real indicator of his character, his intangibles. He didn't sulk. He stepped up. He served as a manager, student assistant. He filmed games. Provided editorial commentary in the background of every game he filmed. And he was just an integral part of the team. He really was part of the team. And I look at that and I was really impressed with some of the things that he showed. But the last 2 seasons, he's been a consistent contributor. And he appeared in nearly 40 games, notched 4 goals, including a huge game winner last year against Wheaton. And beyond the playing field, he's about as well-liked a teammate as I think we've had. He's very unselfish. He never puts his role, his minutes, or his position ahead of the team's needs. We had a couple conversations this year, and you really know you're dealing with a man when you don't even have to go into that territory of the conversation. It's not about me, it's about the squad. So I was very proud to see that he found kind of a new lease on his college soccer career here. In the process, really earned his stripes as a Golden Bear. So congratulations, Tim. Our next senior is number 23, Zachary Coopy, Donna. Zach is from nearby Hamden, Mass. He's the son of Donna and Scott Coopy. Scott, many of you know, is the VP for Information Technology. He's dressed as a mortal man today, as opposed to he's in his Clark Kent outfit. So don't go up to him and ask him a question about malware or something like that. Zachary has been one of the top scholar athletes in our program's history. It's not easy to go to school where your dad works, I don't believe, especially when you're really an integral part of the athletic department and the rest of the campus. But that's not a problem for a kid like Zach. He's a biomedical engineering major. He's joined a very elite group in 2013 when he became a Chi Alpha Sigma inductee. He's had so many ACL surgeries we've lost count. And when I say that, it's almost to a point where you don't even realize the adversity Zach's faced because of his approach. He comes to the field every day with a smile on his face, with a positive attitude. And it's just given new meaning to putting your body on the line, to that whole concept. I can't think of many players who've ever had that have gone through a second ACL surgery. He's probably going to go through, I think, his 4th. So it's just amazing that he's been able to come back each time. He's a true warrior on the field. Zach's a very good athlete, a beast in the weight room. He had a very strong senior season, starting 8 games. He gave us tremendous strength and vocal presence. He hurt his knee again in the last away game in Salve Regina, so we missed him for the playoffs, and I think it showed. I think it really affected our team's psyche. It's bigger things. Sometimes I think in the grand scheme of things, when we step back, than just your time on the field. And Zach has invested heavily in those things. And so he's off to med school, where I firmly believe he'll reach unprecedented heights in whatever medical field he chooses and be able to help people like him. That's the reason for his interest, and I think he has as good an empathy as any physician I've ever encountered. So I think he's going to be tremendous in whatever field he eventually chooses. So for all of his contributions to our program over the 4 years, our whole coaching staff is very proud to award him the 2014 Coaches Award. Richard keeps looking at his camera, and then he looks at me like there's something wrong. It's not the camera.
Take a picture.
You can't airbrush this enough. All right, the final senior, number 31, Captain Chris Bruden. All right, Chris hails from Guilford, Connecticut. He's the son of Jocelyn and Paul Bruden. He had an outstanding 4-year career. Chris has been a 4-year starter, impact defender for us, played nearly 80 games, started almost 70. He was a starter on the 2011-2013 CCC championship teams. He served as the senior co-captain and anchor in the back this year. So many great moments over his career. For me, one of the best was this year against RIT. We were out at Sunioniana's national competitive tournament, the Mayor's Cup, and Chris kind of rolled his ankle in a late game collision after playing the full game in back-to-back days. And we were sort of evaluating from the sideline, thinking we might need to actually make a change and pull our captain off, pull our center back off. And he just kind of gutted it out and waved us off, went up on a corner kick, and scored an overtime game-winning goal off a great flick from Brandon Bolger. So just an awesome moment, great OT win. It's just what captains do. It's what players do, I think, at the pinnacle of their career. I'm really proud of the personal and athletic growth Chris has made over the course of his career. Those are things that are going to serve him for a lifetime. I can't tell you what major he's in because it's got like 16 words. He's like an integrated liberal sustainability arts, studies of business and enterprises related to commerce. Something like that. But it's a great new major and there's a lot of career opportunities ahead. But I'm really, really proud of what he's been able to do because he has not had a set path. He's not one of our engineers or pharmacy guys where it's pretty set and there's a real clear path. He's a different duck and he definitely marches to the beat of a different drummer and we like that. And he's maintained that individuality while being a great captain. So congratulations, Chris, on a great career for all you've done.
Take a picture, please. Thank you. I think those are the seniors. Okay, go. Thank you.
So I'd just like to, for the senior class themselves, the past 4 years, these guys have really elevated the program. Their cumulative record was 54, 26, and 10. So, while this was a disappointing year, I think, you win 2/3 of the games you play in college, you've done pretty well. They were 2-time CCC champions, 2 NCAA, 1 ECAC tournament in the senior class, and an 8-5 overall postseason record. So, to the seniors, well done. Congratulations, gentlemen. I think for the balance of our team, 2015 promises to be a really fresh and exciting year for us with another nationally competitive schedule on the horizon. The challenge of several players emerging into leadership, significant leadership and performance roles. We have a great junior captain returning in Colin McDonald, and I think we'll look to the entire junior class for leadership. We have a nucleus of over 20 returning players, and we look for them to raise the bar. We expect to be part of the conversation in the postseason every year and get this program back to regional and national prominence. That's the program we inherited from decades under Coach Downs, and it's the one we take that responsibility very seriously, so we look forward to the challenge ahead. Just want to wish everyone happy holidays and have a safe and wonderful holiday.
Coach Dias, and the women's soccer program. Come on down.